You've got to have a dream. If you're going to climb this ladder to success, if you're going to get to the top, it starts out with having a goal or a dream. The only difference between goals and dreams are goals or dreams with deadlines. The first experience I ever had in my life with goal setting is shortly after I got into sales. Every week we would have a sales meeting, and he would always tell us to set our goals. So we had a big board, and we put all our goals up on that board. And every week, everybody was setting their goals. Everybody was telling him how many they were going to sell for that week. And at the end, I would always give my goals, but I always put my goal higher than anyone else. I thought that's what goal setting was about. But it really wasn't, because I had these things in my head, but I'd never written them down on paper. There's power in dreams. You've got to know where you're going. My sales manager came in and he pulled me aside one day and he said, "Billy, quit joking yourself. Quit kidding yourself. You don't have any real goals. You don't have any real dreams. Those are wishes. You've got to set a deadline. You've got to decide what you want, and you've got to have a target. You need to define what success is to you." He said, "I want you to write down your goals. I want you to put them on paper, and I want you to give me a copy of them." That took some thought. That took some decision. It also took a commitment. But I did make that list, and I gave him that list. He took the list and he put it in an envelope and he put it in his drawer, and we forgot about it. The strange thing is, around 5 years later, he was moving offices, and he called me up and he said, "Billy, you'll never guess this. I have a copy of your goals and dreams that you wrote 5 years ago." He said, "I'm going to fax them to you." He said, "You're going to be very surprised." He faxed me a copy of those goals and dreams, and every single thing I had written down on that list I had accomplished. Now, the strange thing about that is the time I wrote those goals and dreams down, I was broke, I was behind on my rent, I lived in a small apartment. 5 years later, I had a new home, I had a new car, and I was financially free. That's the power of having goals and dreams. Dreams and goals help you know where you're going. How many of you in here would get off on an airplane today if the pilot said, "We're going to Canada, but I don't know what direction we're going to head. I don't know how we're going to get there, but we're going to fly around and eventually we will land in Toronto, Canada"? How many of you would get on that plane? Nobody in their right mind would get on that plane, would they? Every pilot knows where he's going. He has the destination. He knows what it's going to take. He knows the amount of time. He's set out a flight plan in order to get there. He has a blueprint, and that's what goals will do, is it will give you a blueprint. It will give you a flight plan.